The man opened his front door to the sound of faint scratching and low, broken cries. His eyes landed on the porch, and he froze. Curled against the corner was an bobcat cat, wild yet strangely beautiful, its spotted fur streaked with dirt and trembling as though it hadn't rested in days. But it wasn't just the animal's presence that stopped him cold. Its front paw was clamped tightly in a small, rusty trap, blood seeping into the wood beneath it. For a moment, neither of them moved. The cat simply stared back, its wide, glassy eyes locked on his, shivering but not running. In that silent exchange, he could almost feel what it was asking him, a quiet, desperate plea for help he never expected to hear from something so fierce. The man crouched low, extending his hand, but the bobcat cat bared its teeth and hissed, backing into the corner. Its body shook with fear, yet it didn't have the strength to escape. The trap still clung to its paw, biting deep into the flesh, the fur around it dark and tangled. He spoke gently, hoping to calm it, but every time he moved closer, it lashed out, claws swiping before it collapsed again. Over the next few nights, he began leaving bowls of food and water nearer to the door. The cat would limp forward, never letting him out of its sight, eating in silence before retreating. Each attempt to touch it ended in scratches and growls, but he refused to give up. Watching it sleep on his porch, broken yet stubborn, something inside him shifted, a quiet resolve to save the creature that somehow chose him. On the fifth night, the man woke to silence. For the first time in a week, the porch was empty. Panic rose in his chest as he stepped outside, calling softly into the dark, but there was no sign of her. His heart sank, certain she was gone for good. Then, just as dawn broke, a faint cry reached him. He followed the sound to the steps and froze. The bobcat cat lay there, unconscious, her breath shallow. But as he knelt, he saw something he hadn't noticed before. Tucked against her belly, barely moving, was a tiny kitten clinging to her fur. She hadn't just been fighting for herself. She'd been protecting her baby all along. The man didn't waste a second. He slipped off his jacket, speaking softly as he moved closer. For the first time, the bobcat cat didn't pull away. Her eyes stayed on his, full of pain but calm, as though she finally understood he meant no harm. With steady hands, he wrapped her gently and worked the trap loose, wincing at the deep wound it had left. She flinched but kept her gaze fixed on her kitten nestled tight against her belly. Carefully, he carried them both inside and placed them on a soft blanket near the fire. As he cleaned the blood from her paw and checked the kitten, he felt her body relax under his hands. Then, faintly, she lifted her head and let out a soft purr. Watching the tiny life curled against her, he felt something warm and unfamiliar bloom inside, as though saving them had saved him too. Days later, the bobcat cat still lay on his porch, her paw wrapped and healing, but now she stayed by choice. The kitten, stronger with each passing day, pressed close to her side, both of them waiting quietly by the door whenever he returned. He often sat with them there, watching the sun dip low, feeling a peace he hadn't known in years. This wild, wounded creature and her tiny baby had turned his lonely, empty world into something warm and full of meaning. With a soft smile, he leaned closer and whispered, "You're home now."